The Ink and Paint Club podcast is intended for mature audiences only, so don't tell your parents! Listener discretion is advised. You're listening to the Ink and Paint Club podcast, your weekly home for animation reviews and discussions.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Ink and Paint Club podcast for this week. I'm JD, your host, and with me is Kyle.
It's me.
It sure is. And this week we're talking about a movie that Kyle really wanted me to watch. And it's sad. It's a sad movie.
Did you cry?
No, because I'm a man and I hold my tears in and repress them, and that's part of the problem. Anyway.
Did you cry at Isle of Dogs?
I didn't, because I'm a man and I hold my tears in and I repress my emotions. And
Oh shit. Okay.
so Kyle, why don't you tell us about what we're talking about this week?
Okay. So I saw this on a list of upcoming 2018 movies, even though it's been out since 2015.
Yeah.
But I saw this on a list and I was like, wow, this looks really cool. I want to watch this. I'm seeing monsters and shit and really cute characters. I'm like, all aboard. Then I saw this movie. It was sad as fuck.
Yeah.
It was like the complete opposite of what I wanted.
Yeah. So we're talking about a movie called Birdboy: The Forgotten Children, and yeah, Kyle hit the nail on the head. This movie is depressing as hell.
Guess it's based on a comic?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It looks like a comic.
It's based on a Spanish comic, and I think
Yeah.
it's called Psychonauts, even though it's not involved with that.
Tim Schafer had nothing to do with this.
Exactly. But,
Anyway.
yeah, this movie's mostly about drugs and addiction
Yeah.
in very metaphorical ways.
So it's like these anthropomorphic animals live on an island that had some kind of nuclear holocaust or something. And like a lot of the island is a wasteland, and so people are like kind of some people are mutated, a lot of people are like homeless people, and all kinds of fucked up shit happens.
Well, I think it's 2 islands, isn't it? And the other island is painted as like the utopian thing, and it's the grass is always greener kind of thing.
Right.
And they just want to leave. The kids want to leave their mundane lives and start like a new life. And they showed like the main, was it a mouse girl?
Yeah, Dinky the mouse.
Yeah, the main mouse girl kind of has crappy parents, and
Well, because she lives in a family that's like super Christian and like has
Yeah.
a bleeding-eyed Jesus doll.
yeah, just want to leave that life and start a new one. But I think it is a grass is always greener kind of story, because
Right.
where they go, it's just nothing but garbage, and they live in a society somewhat. They have school and police.
Right.
That was
Well,
kind of weird.
they're trying to save up for a boat so they can get off the island and go to the city, I think they said.
Yeah,
But yeah, so these 3 kids are trying to, save up enough money so they can buy the boat to get off the island, but that's not even the only story, because there's like a couple different stories going along with this, because there's their story, and then there's, obviously Birdboy's story about he's battling a demon that's trapped inside of him, and he suppresses it by using drugs. And then you have the mouse girl's alarm clock that is...
is that a little story?
It's sentient, and it just keeps cutting back to his little journey to try to find her.
Yeah. And then you have the pig story, where the pig was a fisherman taking care of his sick, dying mother.
Mm-hmm.
But
And-
it's Well, go
then
on.
you got the story about the rat guy and his son scavenging for copper in the garbage piles.
Oh yeah.
And I mean it's weird. Well, I mean it's kind of cool how you have all these different plot lines going at the same time, but they'll occasionally just cross over with each other. So it's like it's like almost a non sequitur. You meet the pig sailor guy, and then the kids run into him at his house later on.
Well, he was like a drug dealer to Birdboy. They were somewhat connected to each other.
Yeah, so all these little plot lines are going by themselves, but they're all connected in some way. So it's interesting to see how it all comes together by the end.
It's just weird because I don't know if the whole thing can be taken as a literal thing or if it's a metaphor or whatever with the whole demon stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, you know what I mean? It's kind of Kingdom Hearts conundrum bullshit where you're like,
the Kingdom Hearts conundrum.
Yeah, you don't know whether you can take it at face value or if you kind of take it as something else.
Right.
So you have kids fighting like spider monsters and shit, but is that just them fighting a drugged up mother, or is that them actually fighting a spider monster?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of hard to tell like what's real and what's not with this.
It's shitty to say that you can't understand it, but I can't understand it sometimes with stuff like that.
Oh no, I got when I was done with this movie, I kind of sat there for a second. It's like, what the hell did I just watch?
Yeah,
this is like an hour of like, what the hell?
Well, it's weird because all right, you take it at a fantasy level, and this is stuff that you got animals and stuff, so you're taking it from a fantasy point. Mm-hmm. And then they put stuff like that too, and you kind of take it as a fantasy point again. It's hard to mix real world stuff with fantasy. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It's hard to take stuff at face value and see it as a real problem when you got funny cartoon animals doing stuff like that. Because then they put the whole stuff with the souls and the tree and the acorns and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of interesting how like you have all this serious dark stuff going on. You have but it's contrasted with all these kind of cute and adorable animal designs. So, even like these tiny adorable little animals aren't immune to the dark crap that goes on in the world.
Exactly. So, as we said, this movie is very depressing.
It's super depressing.
As cute and colorful as it looks.
I mean, from the outside, I look at the poster for this and it's like, oh, what am I getting into? And it's like, from minute one, this movie just is not going to let you be happy.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no real happy ending for really anybody.
Did you laugh at the girl's parents?
I mean, not really.
I laughed because it was like a human-faced mouse or something.
Like, I don't know. Like, cause it's weird because it's like the mouse girl has like a mouse mom and a human dad, and then she has like this weird like hybrid human brother dog, and like her parents are like shitting on her the entire time, but they like treat the son like he's some kind of golden child, even though he's literally like a dog.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. But yeah, this it makes me sad.
Just to say, spoiler alerts, they never make it off the island.
No.
Well, they do. They do make it off the island, but they don't like do anything.
Well, isn't it that they finally get a boat, which is like an inflatable duck raft.
Yeah.
But they go out and the storm is too much that they have to get rescued by the pig sailor, and he takes them back.
Yeah. And Birdboy dies at the end.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. it's kind, and the ending is kind of a little hopeful because I don't know, the Birdboy returns to the secret tree grotto that he has, where all the souls of all the dead bird people are, and he lives on in spirit form.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Oh, they got an art book. Might have to pick that up.
Yeah, I do. As much as the story is very depressing, the art in this is really, really beautiful in spots. Like the backgrounds are all really nice. I like that even the characters their designs aren't clean. It's kind of got like a texture to it, I guess, is the way I can describe it. I mean, it very much looks like it's like pulled out of a graphic novel.
Well, that's what really drew me to this, because I read, even though this sounds really pretentious and whatever, but I read a lot of European comics, French comics and stuff, and this is what kind of led me to it, was it has this style that's kind of unique, not really American art style.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Well, looking through the art book, it's all watercolor drawings and all this kind of stuff, and I just fucking love it.
Yeah. And I mean, this is kind of you say that you read like a lot of European comics and stuff, and this is almost the norm for them as far as we can tell. That they have a kind of this, they have a different sense of what is and is not appropriate for kids, and it's always interesting watching European animated, French animated, or what, it's usually French, but it's just weird that like this movie is being touted for kids over here. Like it's being brought over by a company that's trying to bring more foreign animation over here for kids, and it's like I would never show this movie to a young child. But apparently to Europe this is just totally okay. I mean, I think one of the previous movies this company brought over was that Breadwinner movie that was by the guys who did Book of Kells and all that stuff, and it's like that movie is like about actual war in the Middle East and stuff, and like people are being tortured and stuff, and it's like I don't think that's for kids, but it's just interesting to see like over here like animation is treated as like, oh, it's a kid's medium, everything's light and fluffy, and nothing to this kind of degree is gonna hit the mainstream. But for Europe, I mean, this kind of 2D animation is still alive, and that's great that they haven't like gone full CG like we have over here.
Well, it's like over there they're less sheltered, and a lot of stuff is not really, you know what I mean? It's not considered adult. There's a lot of my comics that I read, they're really for like younger children, because I like the art styles and stuff, but they have like blood and guts and like light swearing and stuff like that.
It just seems to me that Europe treats its children with a little more, I guess respect is what I want to say. Just like they trust them to handle more mature subjects from a younger age. I think
I was gonna say, I just think that it's kind of just us, because I mean, look at a lot of anime and stuff. A lot of anime touches down on some heavy adult themes for children and stuff. There's nudity in there and whatever.
Right.
I just think that we're kind of sheltered in a sense.
Oh yeah, America is totally sheltered, and that's usually a bad thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Not saying America is a bad place, because I love living here, but, when it comes to our entertainment and, what we do deem appropriate and not appropriate for whoever, give kids some credit. I mean, I think kids can handle a lot more than we think they can.
So it's like Europe, crazy stories about drug addiction and cute animals and stuff. America, watching the Minions whipping Nene.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, more or less. But I will say, I as depressed as I was walking away from Birdboy, I'm not saying I didn't enjoy watching it, because like I said, the art is really pretty, and it's just something new to see in this kind of animation, where you get a feature-length animated film that's, about drug addiction, about, having hyper-religious family, and trying to leave your crappy life for a supposedly better one. And it's not the kind of stories that we get over here, so it's always interesting to see that kind of stuff being brought over here for us.
We just get dance parties and crappy CG.
Yeah, there's no dance ending to this one. No pop song and everyone dances at the end. No, a guy dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of dies.
A guy dies and it's shown all veins and...
Yep.
It's pretty horrific.
It's kind of terrifying. But yeah, so Kyle, is there anything else you want to say about this movie?
It's gorgeous. I would say give it a watch if you're feeling pretty melancholy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think if you're looking for something that's different from the normal animation you're used to over here in America, definitely give this a watch. And if you're in Europe listening to this, well, thank you for listening, for one, and two, you're probably already used to this kind of stuff, so there you go.
Yeah, I saw this when I saw it on that list of 2018 stuff. I was like, oh, I should check if it's playing in any theaters. And the day I checked was the last playing, and it was in LA. I was like, oh shit, and I had to work that day. But then it was ripped from, I guess it just recently came out on Blu-ray out here, and it was ripped from that. And yeah, it was pretty great. I don't know how I would have felt seeing that in theaters, though.
That'd be kind of depressing.
Just a little bit.
Awful. But, yeah, the company that's bringing it over is called G-Kids, and they've been bringing stuff over for a while, but, I think they're really starting to push to get more stuff out here, because I think they have the rights to all the Miyazaki stuff now. They put out all of I think they're called Cartoon Saloon, the guys who did Song of the Sea and Book of Kells and obviously The Breadwinner. So I might be trying to keep an eye on these guys to see what else kind of stuff they're
it says that they want to keep up with sophisticated indie animation. So
I'll buy
maybe
that.
Not just for kids. Maybe that's just the name.
I mean, it says kids, and a lot of this is stuff for kids, like, Miyazaki stuff, and I'm trying to see what else they brought over that would be kids. Ernest and Celestine, that's a weird movie.
My Life is a Zucchini, that's something I kind of want to see too.
I've never seen that movie, but it was up for a award last year, I think.
It's all stop motion.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how much we love that.
Oh yeah, stop motion's cool. So yeah, go give Birdboy a watch if you're feeling down.
If you're not chicken.
Oh. So yeah, I think that wraps it up for this week. Thanks to everybody for listening, and we will catch you all again next week.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Ink and Paint Club podcast. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can catch a new episode every week. Also be sure to follow us on our Facebook and Twitter so you can keep up with the show. Links are in the description. We'll see you next week.